Doodle-doo. Nothing was heard ever. Everything was muted. There we go.
What do we call it? That was a first take. I can get the more direct route now. I can skip past all the bullshit that we talked about.
Yeah. I'm gonna cry.
Oh man, well there's 200 bits to make you feel better.
Oh, thank you, Constant.
Yeah.
There's no fucking alerts on this page. What is wrong with me? Oh,
one thing after another, dude.
Okay, there we go.
All right,
there we
good.
Go. Okay, take two.
Take two from the top.
Take two. Okay. Hello, everybody. I'm here with OMDizzy. We just started. Forget don't pay attention to the 9 minutes and 50-second timestamp of the stream. We're just starting right now. I'm here with OMDizzy. He is a Spyro no-hit runner officially. He did Spyro 1 and 2 all by his lonesome.
All by myself.
All by himself, and I'm admitting it. I've never played Spyro, ever.
Damn, that's
I had
crucial.
I had the opportunity to play the original Spyros on the PS2. Never got around to it. My first, believe it or not, or make fun of me if you will, my first Spyro experience was from Skylanders when I was about 11 years old. Well, my first I knew of Spyro, and I know that the same people that made Skylanders and that made Spyro, they're the same people, but yeah, I'm gonna definitely check out. I want to play the Spyro trilogy on stream with the remake. Because the remake just looks really good.
It is good. It's fantastic. It's ground up reworking. I mean, it's a lot like what Blue Point did with Demon Souls. I mean, it's the same game, but it's not. It looks completely different from back when I was a kid. It looks now how I remember it looking as a kid.
Oh yeah. It's like nothing's ever gonna look better than this.
Right. Exactly.
It's good.
But it's so good because even as a casual game, you don't have to challenge run it. You don't have to, speed run it in any way. It's just fun to sit back, relax, and enjoy. And that's kind of what gave me the idea. It's like, it is a casual game, that's fine, but it's also, it can be done, everyone speed runs it. That's a huge part of it, is that there's a huge speed running community for Spyro, but no one was doing no damage runs on it yet, at least for the Reignited trilogy. I will say that I believe no damage was done on the original PlayStation 1 games, but it has not been done on Reignited, and that's where I come in at. And I took that step. I took it because I knew I was good at the game, and I wanted to open up the window for other people to do it. Now Bugsy308's doing it. He's following my Spyro 1 route, and it feels good. It feels good to have the world's first under my belt.
Yeah, no, that is amazing.
It's addicting. Yeah, it is amazing, not to toot my own horn, but it feels
toot it all you want.
Good to have.
Toot it everywhere, dude.
Yeah, I mean, it's that addiction is hard to summarize. I mean, it's the adrenaline that comes with the ending of a run. Like I remember Spyro 1, I could not put into words the feeling that I had. It was adrenaline was at an all-time high, and your endorphins are rushing, and then the chat's blowing up.
I was there.
And then when I got the world's first, yeah, you were there. And then to have Dino come in and follow me at the end, the guy that essentially started my introduction to challenge running, to come in and follow me like that was better than the run itself.
Yeah, man.
Because it feels like we came full circle, and he kind of sealed the deal for me right there. It's like, all right, someone as big as Dino can come in and support the stream. It's like I'm going places. I feel like I'm going places in the challenge running community. And now for the year in 2021, I have 6 runs laid out. 6 runs that are going to kick my ass. But Spyro is 4 of them because we got to do Spyro 1, Spyro 2, which is done,
Mhm.
Spyro 3, which I'm working on now, and then the trilogy, all 3 games back to back. So
let's talk
it's
about
gonna suck.
let's talk about 3 for a second. Why are you doing this to yourself? That's my question. I was watching.
You're not wrong, man. Because Spyro, yeah,
I was watching you try to lay it out, and I was like, this is not possible. This can't be done. And if it does get done, I'll drop a 10-pack. That's
oh
like
shit. I mean,
that's
it's
like.
gonna get done, so don't say that. It's I mean, dude.
Well, how about
to be
this?
Quite honest with you,
If it gets done in
What's
the
that?
next 3 months, I'll drop a 10-pack. That's $50.
It's gonna be done by this month.
This month? Okay, if it's done by
I truly
tomorrow,
believe it'll
I'll
be
done.
Oh shit! No, we can't do that, man.
Ah man.
I'm on,
I
like,
already
a 30-hit PB or something.
I already have to get Bugsy 50. But I don't think he's gonna do it though.
Oh god. You're just eternally in debt to all the challenge runners. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, man.
No, Spyro 3 is much harder than Spyro 1 or 2 was. Spyro 1, I'm not going to say I can speedrun it because I can't, but I can go fast for a challenge run, and that's saying a lot. That's kind of where my home is. I know that game better than the other 2. And I'm not going to say it was easy because it wasn't. I had to route the ship myself, and I still do things today that are questionable within the run that I feel like people who come after me will change, and I'm really excited to see where that goes, but
Right.
that's my home. That's what I know. And then Spyro 2 came around, and it was hard. There was more time spent in the game, so that it equals up to more hit possibilities, and then there were, more shit that I had to collect, which just added to the frustration because you're not just doing a level, going in, getting out. You're going in and doing some side content.
Oh yeah.
Collecting as much as you can, and then dipping.
So to me. Yeah. With have you ever played Banjo-Kazooie?
A long time ago. It's been a hot minute.
That seems like the kind of same collectathon, if you will. Yep. You got to get a bunch of stuff to progress to the next level, but you don't have to get everything to beat the game. So how do you choose which levels you're gonna do, because there's so many levels, there's so many places you can go, and I'm assuming sometimes you could do a level and it unlocks another level that you don't want to do, but that's the only thing you can do. So how do you gauge the difference, or how do you make sure that you don't fuck up each level in order to get to the levels that you want?
Yeah, for Spyro 1 it was easier because and I still kind of hold the same principle throughout the other 2 games, but for Spyro 1 it was get everything from all the levels as early as possible, and by doing that I have to get literally everything from the first 3 homeworlds. So there's I think in that game there's 5 homeworlds technically, and I do it for the first 3, and after that I can skip the entirety of the 4th homeworld, meaning I risk no hits there other than running to the balloonist, which takes you to the last homeworld. And the last homeworld is just like Nasty's world, which is only 2 levels before the boss fights. That's not hard at all. But I picked and choose in that game how I wanted to do it, but based on my just experience with the game as a kid, and then even playing the Reignited trilogy a few times after that. I knew I did not want to do anything in Dreamweavers, which is the 4th world, and then even no, I'm sorry, there's actually 6 homeworlds if you include Nasty's world. The one that I stopped doing anything on is called Beastmakers, and you'll see me do like half a level in 2 levels of that homeworld, and it's because it's so fucking hard, man. There's so much that you can get hit by, there's so much that can go wrong, and the later you go into these games, the more your heart starts to race, and it starts to drive that adrenaline up. And it's like I knew come late game I wouldn't be able to keep it together how I wanted to, because I'm an anxious person by default. So
also, hello Tyler.
I knew by getting these what's up Tyler?
Fucking nerds.
I knew by getting those early levels that it would make my life easier in the long run. So that one wasn't so hard to route, but Spyro 2 was the one where I had to sit back and be like, okay, this shit's not cool, because like you said, there's levels that I really didn't want to do, and some levels that had to be unlocked and stuff.
Right.
I
Is there
I
an
chose to
upgrading
do a
system?
lot of stuff that upgrading system like for Spyro himself.
Yeah. Or do you just get more
No, not for
powerful
that.
just on its
It's
own?
it's not, you really just, it's collectibles, and you're the same strength throughout the whole game, thank God. If I had to like choose a level up progression system,
Yeah.
that would have changed everything, really.
Yeah.
Which would
I
be
I
cool,
agree.
actually. Um,
Spyro
yeah,
4.
Spyro as an RPG sounds pretty sick. Spyro 4, hey, I mean,
Spyro
if they
4, let's
do
go.
that, that's going to be great. But that's just another game that I have to challenge run at the end of the day because I can't just stop at 3.
Yeah, right.
Um, but with Spyro 2, it came down, so you have to collect these orbs, and for the end of the game, you have to get 40 orbs in order to face Ripto. Now, a lot like Spyro 1,
Hmm.
I chose to do it the fastest, quickest way possible, which means gathering a lot of the early shit so I don't have to do the later stuff. And by doing it how I do it, I entirely skip the last homeworld, which is Ripto's world, and I can go straight to him and fight him. It's just about making my life easier in the end with not having to collect literally every single thing. And the problem with this run is that I'm not just doing no hits. If it was simply no hits, I could take environmental damage. I could, technically fall off a cliff, but I'm doing no hits, no deaths, no damage. I'm doing no mission failures, no staggers.
Yeah, you
I'm
and
doing
music.
all of that. So this is literally, yep,
You and music
yep.
put
Music and I
doing a
sat
lot
down
of
for.
a lot of things to like almost purposely fuck yourselves over. Um,
You're not wrong. We've said that multiple times, and now Bugsy's doing the run, and he said that on the first time I watched him play it. He was like, "You guys made this so fucking hard," but he also emphasized why we did it is because if we didn't do that, the run would be much easier
it
than
would be pretty
what it
easy.
truly.
Well,
Yeah,
the normal hit list rules are no deaths, or no falling out of like in Sekiro it's a little different. Um, falling down, you take damage, but I don't think
yep.
that counts as a hit. It's only if you like black screen. Um, but I'm assuming that Spyro is a little easier than Sekiro.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So much easier.
Especially with a
And
no
we,
hit.
yeah,
Sekiro, you
no
have to
hit.
deflect everything. You can't. You can't.
Yep. Yeah, the people that run Sekiro or even the Soulsborne games, I mean, I can't hold a torch to what they do. We made the run as hard as possible because we wanted it to be difficult, but what
Yeah.
those guys do is absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
Um,
I
and another,
semi
you can't.
respect Bugs for not doing it, but I think that it's still a challenge, and I know that he doesn't
Yeah,
say like he gives them all credit. He just personal preference, and I totally get that. But would you ever try and sit down with weed or something to go through a Dark Souls game?
I've thought about it. And I can't say the possibility isn't, there. I feel like someday, not this year, maybe next year, I don't know, but the possibility is there. I really enjoy what Bugs does, though, because Bugs specifically said no Souls content will ever touch this channel because it's been done. It's been done 100 times,
Mm-hmm.
and some. And he holds true to that, man. He's playing Fallout. He's gonna play Cuphead. He's playing Spyro. He's playing literally everything
Okay.
but the easy way out. If Bugs started streaming any Soulsborne game, his view count would double. Like he would skyrocket. Like he knows
For sure.
that, but he's
Yeah.
he's doing his own challenge. I mean, he's doing no Souls content.
Yeah.
Um,
And I really feel the difference between you and me, me and Bugs is but when it comes to view count, like I think I've said this to you before. I'm here to have fun, and it seems like you are too. I'm not here to get huge, There's so
Yep.
many things that I know I can do. I could clickbait. I could essentially lie to every single viewer that comes in. I could do a whole bunch of shit that would get me easy views, but I legit just feel sick to my stomach,
yep. Yeah.
I want it to be at. Have you ever heard of the LA Beast?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
You would click on, you would see his videos. He's got these crazy thumbnails, these crazy titles. You click on the video expecting, okay, maybe it's a little clickbaity to fully clickbaity, and it's just like, no, he's legit gonna fucking eat a penis.
Oh yeah, he's gonna eat some stupid shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a good representation. You know, with us, it's, I can't lie to you and say what I'm doing now hasn't been a dream of mine since I was, a teenager. Every gamer wants to stream on Twitch and they
Oh
want
yeah. Oh yeah.
to, make money from doing it. But with me, it was like I want to, if I do get there, great. But until that happens, I'm going to enjoy the ride. I'm having a lot of fun right now. Whether it's 5 viewers or 25 viewers or whatever it is, it's a great time, and I'm having fun
Right.
with my chat. And I'm not.
Your chat is. I have fun in your chat.
I appreciate that, man. Yeah, we're a bunch of degens, but
I can't. Cool. I can't wait for Team Degen though. I honestly think that Bugs is gonna get there first. I think he's gonna. I think he's gonna get there.
Him and Gabe.
Yeah, yep. Yeah. I think that him going on Hobbs' channel and basically babying him through 2 whole runs really got him to like I didn't know Bugs until I heard him in well, here's what happened was, you know those little on your sidebar, your follows, your friends that are online, and then the people that are recommended by Twitch. Bugs was recommended to me by Twitch, so I went in there. I gave him a follow because I saw that he was in the title. It said no hit, so I've made it a mission to follow everybody either on Team Hitless or is doing any kind of no hit run because I respect it. And I've only really ever done Deathless, but Deathless is still for someone it's still hard, but it's definitely like I remember Hobbs saying one time is like we took the Deathless runs and made it suicidal.
I mean, that's literally it. I mean, Deathless is a feat in itself, but then they did what I did with Spyro. They made it even fucking harder.
Right, and yeah.
It's a lot of fun to watch. The community is huge. Whether it's, Hob is obviously like the grandfather of it all.
He was actually the first ever person on record to do any kind of no-hit run on any game. So and that's like, I think that's kind of the problem he faces sometimes is everybody holds him to such a high standard, and when he doesn't fulfill those expectations, he gets shit on, which is
and the man is constantly like, with what is he has 7,500 viewers right now. I get it.
Well, it's because he's back and he's doing this fucking genius bit. I don't know if you've been watching, but
I saw it. He's fucking hilarious.
Those fucking flashbacks kill me, dude.
Yep, he's having some non-flashbacks.
He's a genius.
He is a genius, and he regularly has 6,000 viewers, if it's even not, on a day like today. And that expectation to live up to, I can sit here and say that I had adrenaline and endorphins kicking in when I was trying to get the Spyro 1 run. I had 10 viewers on the Spyro 1 run. I can't imagine 6,000 people sitting there waiting for me to fail or waiting for me to succeed, but he crushes it every time.
Yeah, exactly. For me, when talking about viewers, I honestly hope that I don't think I could handle that. Emotionally, physically, I'm okay with, having the view count say, 5 to 10 and no one talking, than it being 6,000 and everybody shitting on you. That to me,
literally at all times. I mean, he's getting shit on.
I've every once in a while I run a Facebook ad for my shit. I run a Facebook ad for either a video or the channel itself, and I just did it recently, and I've been getting some like not unwarranted hate on that post I made that I'm paying to to advertise my stuff, because how else am I supposed to grow? The internet is so saturated these days. I've been trying to get myself somewhere in content creation since 2014. I
saw
on and off,
firsthand.
on and off, and I finally was like, okay, I'm gonna actually just keep doing it. Not have obligation to upload constantly, because that video I showed you, that was the first video I ever published on YouTube. I didn't know how to edit. I didn't know how to do anything. But
you did it. That was the cool thing.
But I just did it, and then I did that for about 2.5 years. Tyler the Hazardous in chat. He is he's an old high school friend that I just recently reconnected with. And
yep, in chat.
Yep. I went to go see a post here. It's just that my post has a comment: not impressed, so sick of this sponsored spamming bullshit.
But it's not like spamming though, right? I mean,
yeah, they don't understand what spam is. Spam is a lot of the times it's automated. I decided to sit down, spend $50 on it for 50 days, and I kept getting all this shit, and it's been a long time. It's been a long time since just finished your 40K fight. Damn, I think he's talking about Warhammer.
Oh, got you.
It's been a long time since I've gotten any sort of hate. And I was just reading through those comments, and I was like, man, I just feel like I don't want to do it anymore.
The thing, and here's, okay, so the person in the wrong here is obviously not you. Obviously, it's not you. And what I find admirable about what you're doing is you said it yourself. You've been doing this for 7 years now. Mm-hmm. In some way, shape, or form, you've been creating content for 7 years. On top of that, you've done it on multiple mediums. So you've done it on YouTube, and now you've done it on Twitch, and doing great on Twitch, whether it be, doing your own channel or interacting with other channels. You're putting yourself out there in some way, shape, or form.
Oh yeah, I'm very active in a lot of chats.
You're always somewhere, and that's fantastic. That's how you grow on Twitch. You're a part of different communities that will in turn come and support you. Mm-hmm. And the person in the wrong here is not this is some sponsored spam bullshit. That person isn't like understanding you are trying to promote yourself. I used to tell people, and I tell them now, the time to start streaming was 5 years ago.
Really? Yeah.
The next best time. Yeah, and the next best time to do it is right now. Mm-hmm. It's TV is dying. It will probably. I'm not going to say it's going to be gone in a decade. I truly don't believe that. But TV is dying.
Yeah.
You can see the evidence of that with services like Netflix and Hulu, Prime shit that's going on. Peacock now taking The Office away. Stupid fucks. There's a lot of stuff going on right now, and streaming is where it's at.
Yeah.
Especially for people who can sit there and be entertaining and create content and stuff like that. And I think you are doing a great job of that, because you're streaming your games day to day. Whatever you're playing, you're streaming something, whether it even be talking about Magic cards. That's content. People can relate to that. You're doing a podcast where you bring, people on to talk about what they're good at. That's content that you would see on TV.
Yeah.
But you're doing it right here for, however many people to see.
Yeah, I even have
the future, and you've been embracing that.
I even have a Star Wars Monday. I don't know if I told you about that, where we just do Star Wars content. Right here, I have a Lego set that we're gonna build on Monday. Yep. So that's gonna be fun. We just play Star Wars games, talk about Star Wars shit, because Star Wars is a gigantic part of my life. Star Wars, that's a cat. It is a cat. It's a fat one. Yes, I'm talking about you.
It's a cute cat, though.
Yes, chonker, dude. Star Wars is a huge part of my life. It was the Clone Wars, the Star Wars, the Clone Wars animated series on Cartoon Network was something that I watched when I would hear my parents fight out in the living room. It was something that I would just sink myself into. I just zone out and watch Star Wars. You know, the Clone Wars wasn't my first Star Wars media that I watched. When I was 7 years old, I watched A New Hope, and that was really cool because when my dad was 7 years old, he watched A New Hope in theaters. So we both saw it at the same age, basically. So I watched it and I was just like, bro, this shit's so fucking cool, dude. And so there's not a lot of things that get under my skin, but it's when I am challenged or made fun of or just anything about Star Wars, you know, nerd alert, but I get upset, and that's kind of the only thing that really makes me upset is because I know a lot of things about Star Wars. There's a lot of things that I've delved into, and there's still a lot of things I have to learn, but Star Wars is just my life, and it's a huge part of it, and I just want to share my love of that with other people, you know, whether or not they like Star Wars themselves or they like me liking Star Wars. I broadcast things either that I would watch or just that I would like to do, you know. I would never do something that I actively didn't like, you know, even though it would be good for view count. I'm just like Bugsy. I'm not gonna you know, sell out for that. Hold on, let me let my cat out for a second. Entertain the masses of 6 people.
6 people, hi. I want to use this time to say, if you're not following OMDizzy, you should probably go and follow OMDizzy at Twitch TV. He streams Spyro Sunday through Friday, and on Saturdays he does Scuff Saturdays, where he sometimes runs Hollow Knight, which is what happened today.
Talking shit?
You said no, I wasn't talking shit. I actually just put on like a 10-second ad for my channels.
Oh, no worries. No worries. Yeah, make sure to go follow up Dizzy, man. He's rising, and the thing is that when it comes to content creation and streaming, I'm gonna admit, I think we've all done this a little. You know, we see other people that are kind of at the same level, and be like, well, I have about the same amount of followers as this person, but I am not getting the same amount of views. You know, and you kind of just, you know, get into like a headspace where you're like, well, what am I doing wrong? You know what I mean? That's 100%. That's something that I'm guilty of, and I'll admit it. But it's also something that I have to realize that I'm not here to make this a job. I'm here to chill. I'm here to hang out, and I'm here to talk with anybody who wants to come in. There was a point where I was like, well, what if I just fucking did nothing? What if I just hung out, you know, played a game for, you know, do my day, but have it be broadcasted? Yep. There was a point where I was like, that could, you know, a day in the life of me or something like that. I don't know.
But the cool thing with you is that you're taking something you love. You're taking a medium that, see, you're not in the minority anymore. You know, a long time ago, us nerds were the ones that were getting scoffed at. But now you take something like Star Wars, and you're incredibly knowledgeable about it, and you can turn it into an episode of your podcast, but your stream every week, and you can build Lego sets. You can talk about the newest episode of The Mandalorian, something like that. That's content that someone is going to want to watch.
Oh yeah.
It just is a matter of that they've not maybe found you yet, or they have, and you already have them here, you know, in the chat now. That's the cool thing, is that there's always an option for someone to do. You can broadcast a day in the life of Zelen. No one else can create that content but you, and that's where I come to see myself at. It's like, I can run Spyro, and yeah, I mean, there's not really anyone else doing that, but then if I turn around and do Hollow Knight, I want to eventually challenge around a Hollow Knight, but people have done that.
Yeah.
But that being said, I am me. No one else is me. No one else can create the experiences that I create for people when they come into my chat. It's strictly impossible. No one else can be a Hob. No one else can be a Dino. No one else can be Bugsy. No one else can be Zelen. We all are our own people, and we create the best content we can, and that's where our viewer base comes from. And it's like not everyone has the potential or the power to do that.
Yeah. Well, the thing
we
is,
are our own selves.
I've noticed that between you, Bugs, and every challenge runner who's made it big, they're just a lot more dedicated than I am. You personally have, at least what I've observed, a lot more motivation to stream. I have a lot of, other talents elsewhere that have nothing to do with streaming. I've written 2 novels. I've written a bunch of short stories and countless poems. They're all unpublished because that shit's super hard to do.
Yeah.
And
See, it's the opposite for me, because I used to be a writer, but I lost my motivation for that. I lost the ambition that I had. But then it's flipped for you in that situation, because you're an accomplished writer in some way, shape, or form. If you've written 2 novels and you have a stack of poems sitting there, that's an accomplishment. Just because I do have a high motivation to stream. Like I said, this has been a dream of mine for a long time, and now it's coming to fruition. But
yes,
you are an avid writer. You are a fantastic YouTuber. I've seen your stuff. I fucking died. The video that you posted in, I think it was Bugs' chat yesterday, I lost my shit, because that was hilarious. It was the whole prithee, thing that you showed. I was dead. That was good.
Yeah, man. I try. Whatever the thing about me, and the thing that I can pride myself in when it comes to streaming or making content is that I'm gonna do it whether or not people watch. That's the thing, because I'm currently going to school right now for a completely different career path. I'm going to school for film and video production. So there's a possibility, and like I've said before, I'm giving myself right now 2 years to see, to gauge where I am successfully and where I am on wanting to actually continue to do it. And if I don't want to continue, and it's not both. It's okay, I'm successful, but do I want to do it? Or I want to do it, but I'm not successful. It doesn't have to be both. It can be both. But it really comes down to, do I want to do it? And we're gonna do you know who Bo Burnham is? He's a comedian.
Yeah, I don't know him well, but I know the name. I know him. I know his face.
He has a quote, and I'm gonna repeat this till the day I die. He said that being famous sucks, and that if you can live your life without an audience, do it. And he was talking about how everybody is clout chasing. I mean, TikTok is such a perfect example of anybody fucking doing anything for views, and they get those views, and their ego gets boosted, and once it gets shut down, they don't know how to live. They don't have a backup plan.
I hate saying this because I have someone sitting 10 feet from me that actively uses it. I think TikTok's one of the worst things to happen for social media in a long time.
That and Twitter.
And Twitter. I hate them both. I hate social media. I can't emphasize that enough. I truly hate social media. I don't have a Facebook. I have a Twitter that I don't use, and I have an Instagram that I post pictures of my dogs on. But overall, I hate social media. I love streaming outlets like Twitch and YouTube and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But social media is just not for me. But you're right. Everyone is clout chasing. Everyone wants that fame and fortune coming, taking the, I'm not going to say the easy way out, because, people do put in work for it, but and living your life in front of an audience. That's something that I can't relate to yet. I mean, I have days where I get, 10 to 25 viewers, but I mean, that's not really a big audience. Those are just friends most of the time.
Oh yeah, you have a very active chat, and the thing is that I'll admit, I was like, well, I wish Bugs would come in here sometimes. I wish Weed would come in here sometimes. But all in all, I've got Constant, I've got Tyler, I've got a couple other people that come in and out. And I just I have to sometimes sit back and be like, these people are great, and I'm so lucky to have found these people to have found me, because I wouldn't be here without them. Constant is such a great guy. I'm very lucky for Constant and Bradley, my two moderators.
He's a constant in your life.
Yes, and I'm putting myself out there, like you said, in other people's chats, not in a way to directly say like, hey, hey, I've got a stream, come check me out. What I do is I'll raid, and people will be like, oh, hey, thank you for the raid, how was your stream? And I would be like, oh, my stream was great. And everybody's like, oh, he streams? It's kind of sneaky, but it's how you do it.
It's smart though. That's how you do it, and everyone shouts out everyone now, which is super big and beneficial. And I think that, it's just a matter of time. I started my stream off and I had my girlfriend there, and I had a good friend of mine in real life named it's Bubbles in my chat. It's Bubbles. He's my moderator.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of your girlfriend,
those are the only 2 viewers I had.
Have you shown her? Have you shown her my my
son of a bitch?
Get her in here right now. Get her in here right now. if she can.
Come see a magic trick. Have you ever cut paper without scissors? Not by tearing it? Well, tearing it is subjective. All right, you gotta watch this.
Hello,
this
Dizzy.
is
okay.
He says hello.
So here's a piece of paper. Oh, and there's the puppers.
There's the pupper.
Here's a piece of paper. Right. What you got to do, you line it up. Right. This is something my mom taught me because she was a preschool teacher, now retired.
So you gotta line it up.
You gotta line it up, just like the fade. And you take it and then you lick it. Just.
You gotta lick it a little bit.
Well, lick the ends, yep. And then you gotta you flip it around, lick it again.
Gotta dap it up a little bit. Gotta get a little lick.
And then.
Oh, it's like a perfect cut right down the middle. Oh, she says she's done it, but she's not done it like you.
Oh, okay. Well, it's how I make my little pockets for when I put my magic cards together.
That's pretty sick. He uses them for like magic cards and stuff. Yep. But that's more content that you're bringing too, is the Magic the Gathering aspect. I know nothing about Magic, Zelen. I know that I have a quote that comes from there. That's it.
Yeah.
But that's a huge thing that I know a lot of people love. Star Wars is a huge thing that a lot of people love.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of time. You have all the right interests. You're in the right place, and you're with the right people. Like, I think I'm not gonna say. I know you're in the Widers Discord and you're friends with like literally all of the Widers. It seems like. It's
all the ones that stream. Yeah, I gave myself a little. I gave them my little application. I've been speaking with Nostradamus, back and forth about, hey, I think I'm ready, but do you think I'm ready? And he's like, well, I want you to be able to get more acquainted. I'm not totally active in the Discord, but I want to be active. I make sure to, respond to whatever I see. It's just I'm in about like I think 15 separate Discord channels or servers.
Yeah, and everyone has lives too, and different. Not everyone wants to talk in a Discord channel. People kind of like just want to sit back and watch what's going on. But he said the same. I haven't applied yet. I don't think I will soon. I want that dearly. I have for a long time. If you know the Tupac, ambitions as a writer, I have ambitions as a wider. That's been my thing for
That's good. I like
clever.
that. I like that.
So that's my thing. Hopefully it comes soon, but if not, I'm okay with sitting on the back burner, because even if I'm not a part of the team, what they say in the team description is how they just want to be there for the community. They want to support one another. That's what I'm all about. When I came to Twitch, it wasn't to become famous. That would be a nice, nice side. But really, why I came to Twitch was to build a community, or to be a part of a community, and that's where I'm at. That's what I'm doing. I have a community that comes in my chat every day. You're a strong part of it. Every time you come in, I always get a little happy. You and Bugs got a little weird thing going on, but that's okay.
Oh man,
But it's just nice to be a part of something like that.
Yeah, and I'm like, I would be ecstatic if I had as much if I had as much of an active chat as that. But and I look at that and I'm like, wow, I'd much rather be a part of that active chat than really have an active chat like that. I really feel like I only need a couple people, I just want to hang. I'm not looking to be famous at all.
I think you truly have that. Like when I come in here, like even though I'm not gonna lie, most of the times, even in Bugs' chat and stuff, I lurk a lot.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
I feel bad because everyone comes into my chat and they're always like popping off and they're saying stuff, but I'm just like, I want to sit back and watch. And I come into your chat and you got your rocks in here. I know Constant. I've seen Hazardous, and I don't remember the other mod's name, but you have a good group of people, and it's like that's just the first step. I truly think your community is going to grow because you're a fantastic content creator, and you've been doing this a long time, and you know the game, how it's played.
Thank you, I appreciate that, and I do know how it's played. It's just been a long time since I've gotten the bad part of content creation, the haters, and then I'm like I just when I see a hate comment, especially on Facebook, I just delete it because I'm not gonna deal with that.
Yeah, and you know what? I mean, someone took the time out of their day to sit there and be negative, but that's not us. I mean, we roast each other, but we're not negative people. I mean, that's not in our mantra. That's not who we are as a community, and people are, I mean, I hate to say it, but it's like people are sad. I mean, they want to post negative shit, but it's like you can just not say anything at all and it'll be okay.
Yeah, but then you get shit for it's like, oh, he's deleting, he can't handle criticism. It's like, hey man, I'm gonna say it right now. I'm gonna look directly in the motherfucking camera. I can take criticism, and I will take criticism, and I will respond to it if it's respectful
and constructive. But
yes, I can't tell you that I'm gonna take the advice, but I appreciate it. Don't be a fucking dick, though. Like, there's no need for it. I'm not gonna go into anybody else's chat or anybody else's post and just be mean. Criticism, you're gay, homie. True. True.
But I mean, it's like that. Hazardous in chat, he can make his joke because he's a part of the community, But if someone were to come in here, oh shit, that's the worst time.
You have 4 hours. Damn it.
You have 4 hours.
See, this is I love Tyler. We're real old good friends. We used to hang out all the time, and then I started. Here's the thing. I got moved to it when I was friends with him. I got moved to a different school, and I got a different phone, so I couldn't contact him. I couldn't contact anybody that I got. Then I got arrested. I went to jail. I went because I wrote a poem to get my anger out. Posted it to about 7 friends on Snapchat. 2 of those friends that I thought were, could hang and could understand that I was just getting my anger out, screenshotted it and sent it to a teacher, and then that teacher took it as a direct threat to her life, so I got arrested and spent about 21 days in jail, or 29 days in jail. And so I lost all contact with anybody that I had previously, and I had to start over. And then the funniest part is that through all that, I had on Steam a family share, and so I forgot we forgot the pin, so I was just offline for about 3 years.
Oh, you were dark. I went
I went radio silent for a bit, but then I finally got that shit out. I went to go see if anybody was still friends with me, and I was like, oh shit, Tyler. Hey bud, how's it going?
There he is.
And now he's here, and he's a
I was about to say, he's a big part of your chat.
He's a subscribble and a VIP.
Subscribble.
He's a subscribbler, and I really appreciate it. I appreciate Tyler. I appreciate Bradley. I appreciate Constant. I love these. I love these dudes. They're so good. They're so good.
That's a solid foundation to build a community on. That's all it takes, and you're in the right place to do it.
Yeah, there's another guy. His name he's the top gifter. His name is Zach. I've got a good relationship with him and the people that are in his chat. One of the members of his chat is also a regular co-host of the podcast. So I've been getting I get on with a couple. I get on with Zach. I get on with Haas. I get on with FK. We all hang out. We do the podcast, and sometimes I do this where I have a special guest on where we talk about, anything and everything, and then specific kind of things, like your runs and why you're on Twitch and all that stuff. And hopefully I can. I don't know if you know who Code Miko is, but I took 2 years in high school of speech and debate, and I feel like I'm a pretty good interviewer. So I would love to have something like that.
I'm not gonna lie, you had some good questions with the Spyro stuff. Yeah, it hit me like, perfect timing too in transitioning, like just how I approach the levels and how do I decide what to do and stuff. Those were really good. So yeah, you're a fantastic interviewer actually.
Thank you. Yeah, I wanna, if I was ever to get internet famous with anything, I've always wanted to have a podcast. That was always something that I was like, oh man, I love that. That's pretty cool. So being able to actually, I had a first podcast idea called Food for Thought, where it was just it was just it was going to be more political, and then I was like, no, I don't want to. I don't actually want to do that. And so then I was like, well, I got in a call with Haas, and I was like, hey Haas, let's talk. And he was like, okay, we talked. And then I rated the first episode. It didn't get saved, but it wasn't really an episode. But after that, I rated Bugsy, and I was like, yeah, I just got done with a podcast. And then I was like, wait a minute, and in chat it said, or you can call it the Pogcast.
There we
go. That's what I want.
That is it. I loved it too. As soon as I heard that, I was like, that shit is fire. Like, that was a fantastic name. And I think you have something super unique going on here. Like, yeah, you do stuff on on the side in terms of what's on your channel, but this is huge. I'm sorry that one of your guests was not as huge, like me, but if you could get people
No, man, like, I wanted you on. Here. I talked to
and I appreciate
I talked to Weed, I talked to Bugs. Bugs never got back to me about it, so I cry. But but Weed said that he would like to. Hey Zinzi, how's it going? Weed said that he would like to do it. I would love to get Weed on here. I love hanging out with him in voice calls in Bugs' Discord. He's a cool cat.
He is. And I think you have like a solid foundation going forward of what this could be. You have a challenge runner coming on here to talk about Spyro and his world's first, but there's so many other people within our community that would be fantastic to have on the show, whether it be Bugs or Gabe or Blue from the Widers community is such a knowledgeable person when it comes to Dark Souls. Nostradamus himself, the leaders of the Widers.
Yeah, I haven't interacted with Blue a lot, but yeah, I would I like I said, not like I said, I would rather have guests that I have talked to beforehand on, but also I would always take the opportunity to be like, oh, this small streamer has a podcast. I'm a bigger streamer. Would you like to have me on? And I was like, I would be like, yeah, please, come on in. I would, and even
this is a fantastic idea.
I appreciate it, but when it comes down to it, I'm here to chill, and I'm not worried about getting famous. I'm not worried about all that stuff, even though I do go back to, well, I've been working at this for, like you said, 7 years. This is the farthest I've gotten with any follow base ever. I stopped, not because I wasn't getting famous, but because I just stopped. I have no reason. I just didn't do it anymore. And this time I was like, well, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna just do it, while being able to. I'm gonna sit down and write sometimes. Sometimes I'll I have a schedule for YouTube and an actual schedule for streaming. It's I post on, if I'm gonna post a video, I post a video on the day that I'm not streaming. But that doesn't mean it's gonna be every day that I don't stream. It's just when I post one, that's when it's gonna be. The biggest thing that I had a problem with is I was really young. I think I was about 13 to 14 when I first started. And my favorite YouTubers, Game Grumps, Markiplier, all those, huge people coming in, having these big follows, and I was like, that's what I'm gonna do with the rest of my life. And so I treated it, unfortunately, to my mental health dismay, like a job. And I stressed myself out so much with being like, I have to get a video uploaded every day, and so therefore I got really bad at school because I was paying more attention to something that wasn't even viable at that point. And so it really crushed me in a lot of ways, and I think that inadvertently that I just stopped after that. And now every time that I came back once, about 3 years ago, uploaded a couple videos, and then I actually don't have a reason for why I stopped. I just did. And now I'm back, and I'm doing better than all the other times. And so I'm just going to keep doing it.
Keep riding the wave, man, because I think you're doing great, and the idea that you have now is super cool. And if you can get more people on here, it's going to be a lot of fun, and your YouTube videos are hilarious.
Thank you.
Ride your wave out as long as you can. I mean, it's a lot of fun.
It is fun. I'm actually
I appreciate you having me on here. It was nice. It was nice.
Feel free to ask me to come back every time. I'll have you on.
I will. Yeah, this is nice. I like it.
Talk about more shit. Well, we did hit that hour mark. I remember you saying that you only had about an hour, so.
Yeah, I have to, cook for the girlfriend or whatever. I guess that's important.
The trials and tribulations of having someone to love you. I can't even imagine.
Yeah, don't do it. That sucks. Oh, man. Oh, shit.
Oh, man.
Got dark there at the
end.
Yeah.
I appreciate you wanting to come on and being excited to come on. I definitely want to have you back, and I appreciate you saying that you lurked. I appreciate you lurk. I don't want anybody ever to feel obligated to chat, because if a chat comes in, I'll read it, I'll respond, and I'll go back to whatever I was doing. But I would appreciate it. I would, I think everybody would be like, have an announcement. Be like, hey, I'm here, but I'm gonna lurk. I'm like, okay, cool. But that's totally not an issue. Not an issue. I'll be able to. There's a little thing that I click on every once in a while, the users in chat, and I'll just see who's in there. And if I see someone I recognize, I'll be like, oh, hello, and they don't have to say anything, and that's fine.
Just keep rocking with it, dude. I think you're doing fantastic, and it's gonna be fun coming back to see where you're at next time, even if it's a week, if it's a month, whatever. I mean, keep rocking, dude. You're doing great.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Well, you have a good dinner. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much. Not a problem, dude. Enjoy the rest of your stream, and good luck.
Thank you. I will. This concludes this episode of the BingCast. I'll see you guys. I'll see everybody who wants to watch
Thank you
the next
for coming
one.
to the BingCast. that'll be our outro now. Me just beatbox and saying.
Fuck yeah.
Thank you for coming to the BingCast. Thank you for coming to the BingCast. Thank you for coming to the BingCast. Now go and watch some hentai.
Deal.